And we're back. 5:15 is the time. Our developing story at this hour. The search continues for Hassani Campbell. It's been 11 days now since that 5-year-old went missing, and now the spotlight has shifted to the little boy's foster parents. Recently released court documents, and you see some portions of that on your screen now, seem to reveal instances of domestic problems between those foster parents. In a statement to police after Hassani's disappearance, in fact, the foster father told investigators that he was having some misgivings about caring for a developmentally disabled child. Hassani, as we've reported, has cerebral palsy. And we're also following the latest too online as well. Check our website at KRON4.com. Any new breaks in the story we'll give you both here on our broadcasts and on our website as well at KRON4.com. You'll find links there as well to the latest in this case. Also new for you this morning, San Francisco police still looking for the driver who caused a rollover hit-and-run accident earlier this morning. Take a look at that. That's the SUV in question. The driver ran off after he crawled out of it. It happened at the intersection of Taylor Street and Union in San Francisco. And take a look at the cars that he hit all the way down Taylor Street. Police say that driver of that white SUV drove down that steep hill northbound on Taylor, struck at least 8 parked cars, and you can see he really tore them up. The SUV came to a rest at the intersection on its side. As you saw, 4 out of the 8 of those cars hit are completely totaled. And 2 passengers from the SUV were also injured. Police are questioning them this morning. Also new this morning, there was an early morning incident at the Chevron refinery there in Richmond. KRON 4's Jackie Sissel live out there this morning. And Jackie, you actually saw it as it was happening.
Yeah, actually I was one of the witnesses to this. I live in the North Bay over in the Novato area. Coming in around 3:30 this morning, a huge ball of flame shooting out from over in this direction. Obviously, we immediately called the Richmond police. Now, Richmond police say there was an incident at their Chevron refinery. Chevron says it was contained to the plant itself, which is good news. No, at no point was the alert system ever activated. We never had a shelter in place. We never had any of that. We're waiting to find out exactly what that incident was, but it was a quite spectacular scene, James, as you can imagine, at 3:30 in the morning, to see a huge ball of flame shooting out from the Richmond refinery this morning. Yeah,
and of course you were way over on the other side of the bay when you saw it. That must have been a huge fireball.
Oh yeah, I was a good probably 20 miles from it, and wow. You could see the glow. You could also see the flames. Quite disconcerting, but according to officials from Richmond's police department, it was an incident that was contained to the plant, which is great news for residents here in the Richmond area. All
right, Jackie. Well, we'll check with you later when we get more information on this. But if you happen to see it this morning, that's what it was. Jackie Sissel, a witness to it as well. All right, 5:18. Let's get over to the Weather Center right now, where Drew Harmon following the forecast on this Friday morning. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, James. Things are looking good out there today. Once again, a mild start. Plenty of morning clouds and fog. And taking a look at some headlines here from our shot at the Golden Gate Bridge, things sticking to the low 60s all the way into next week. Let's get a check on traffic with George.
Thank you, Drew. As we start off with a look at the ride here on Highway 580 and the commute to the Altamont Pass, the westbound trip this morning, right about here where the 80 split and 101 come together. The time is now 5:21 on the KRON 4 Morning News. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back. 5:24 the time. Our developing story this hour. We are just 13 days away now from Caltrans shutting down the entire Bay Bridge. They're going to be cutting away a half-mile section of that bridge. Then after they cut it away, they have to move it, and that's a huge task. Transportation reporter Mark Jones has exclusive video now of the amazing lifting system that they'll use to put that new section in place.
You have to go up 150 feet to see the 16 hydraulic jacks that are being installed. After the old section is cut away Thursday night, September 3rd, it does have to be moved out of the way. This is exclusive video of new steel plates that are being welded below that section. Saturday, September 4th, they'll squirt lubricants under these plates, and then the entire half-mile section of the bridge will slide away on these tiny white Teflon squares, 100 feet to the north. The hydraulic system has 2 jobs. Number 1, it has to lift the 3,200 tons up about 2 inches. And then it has to push that whole section out of the way. It does it without any wheels.
There are no rollers involved with this. This whole thing skids on a Teflon surface. That whole piece, as one piece, moves 100 feet to the north so that we can clear the way for the piece we're standing on right now.
That new piece weighs even more, 3,600 tons. They'll move it the same way, lift it up 2 inches or so, and then slide it into place where the old section was. You'll be driving on this new half-mile detour for 3 years. As you can see in this animation, you'll have to get used to a whole new way to drive into the Yerba Buena Island Tunnel. And for those years, the speed limit will be reduced to 40 miles per hour through this section. This will be the last time the Bay Bridge is shut down for a long weekend until 2012. That year, the bridge will be shut down for one final time so they can link up the new Skyway. On the Bay Bridge, Mark Jones, KRON 4 News.
Oh, we're getting closer every day, aren't we? In fact, we're only 13 days away from this closure coming up here on Labor Day weekend. We're going to continue to give you updates each and every day so it stays on the front of your mind there. Make other plans. There will be no Bay Bridge on the Labor Day weekend holiday. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.